Hey friends, it's Emily Copeland over here at Redefining Beauty, and I felt it was super important to share with you some really cool things that have been happening this month, and hopefully just to encourage you and to give you some hope in your health and fitness, because right now we're in just a really busy time of year, and I've talked to so many women who are really discouraged in their health and fitness. And as we just wrapped up our first round of the self-care community, myself, Michelle Myers, and Liz Patton, we really kind of had like a mind-blowing moment where we had some feedback from the girls in our group, and what they experienced was exactly what we had been praying that they would experience. And I want to share what that is with you, because I know that if these women desperately were seeking and needed this help in this area, I know there's more. And I want to offer this opportunity to you to experience the same, but I want to share with you what the heart is behind this. So as you know, we are health coaches. So we invest in women. We invest in their health, their journey, their goals. We invest in them because we know how important it is, because our calling as women who know Christ and who have purpose and who are on a mission in life to honor God with our bodies, honor God with our life, with our calling. We know that living a healthy life is a big part of that. It's not everything, but it's a big part of that. But here's the deal. Michelle and Liz and myself have all come from backgrounds of body shaming and just having a really difficult time accepting our weight. Michelle struggled with an eating disorder that nearly took her life. Myself and Liz, we have the same, my background with modeling and just, having terrible body image issues because of such great pressure that I was under to maintain a specific body type, and just I could go on and on. But here's the deal. I understand, and we understand, that the pressures are not any different. They're not any different. As we get older, it's not that these issues go away. Sometimes they're compounded, and sometimes they get worse because we begin comparing ourselves, not just at our bodies, but also every other area of our lives as moms and wives, and just the list could go on. And so what we understood and what we recognize, Michelle and Liz and myself, what we recognize is that we don't need another group where we're helping women gain self-control. Now, we may need more self-control, but we don't think that aiming for self-control is the answer. We believe, and now we feel like we have seen it come to life, is that we know that self-care is the answer. And we refuse to be defined by numbers on the scale, because for too long and for too many years for each of us, and for a lot of the girls in our group, the same exact thing, that there were numbers on the scale, numbers from body measurements and whatever, that those numbers defined us for too long, and we refuse to be defined. We refuse to live our life aiming at a number on the scale. It is no way to live. That's not how God has called us to live. And when we make that a priority to hit a certain number on a scale or a number on a pant size, that takes the joy. It literally sucks the joy out of so many moments in our life that God never intended for it to suck the joy out of. He wants us to live a life where we're thriving and where we are taking care of ourselves, where we're not, controlling our bodies and restricting our bodies. And God made food to be enjoyable. He made food to sustain us. And a lot of us struggle with food, different levels and in different ways. But our focus is ultimately that we have a healthy relationship with food, and that we can approach food not viewing it as good food or bad food or fat food or skinny food, that we can enjoy food for what it is. And honestly, our focus is just how this food makes us feel. And that's a big thing for us, is that we want to teach women that it's not about counting the exact amount of calories or fats or sugars. That's not it. That our bodies will let us know how well the food that we're eating is treating us. And so we've got to listen to that, learn to listen to our bodies. What I wanted to share quickly is just this, that we experienced a lot together this last month as a self-care community. And we experienced how to listen to our bodies, how to create healthier habits, not where we're restricting foods and restricting calories and learning to live on less. It's truly just learning to live differently. And that's where so many women go wrong, is the world is telling us we've got to restrict, we've got to look a certain way, we've got to meet a certain expectation. And honestly, that's not how we're called to live. And we want to be very, very careful and how we approach this, because we want to do this God's way, and we believe that from the results that we have seen from this group, that this group is proving to be really, really beneficial, because mentally there's a lot of things that have to change mentally in order to change healthy habits and workout routines and foods that we struggle with. It's a big mental game as well, but God ultimately is the one who can help us change that, and He's the one who created us the way that we are and can change that mentality and all of that. So I want to share with you really quickly really cool things. So we had these girls who were trying to teach to take care of their bodies, not restrict, and not counting everything, not being tedious about it, not even following a certain diet or lifestyle. That ultimately this is about freedom from the bondage of all of that stuff, of the way that we've always been taught how to eat and how to exercise. And we want to break out of that. We want to give women freedom so that they can experience life and that they can be exactly who God called them to be without anything holding them back. The way that they view themselves, what they're eating, the temptations, the guilt cycles, like none of that is supposed to hold us back. So as they went through our group and we're helping them change their mindset and the way that they view food and the way that they view their body, what was really cool, because one of the girls, and actually come to find out, a few of the girls had joined the same group. There was another free group going around that they joined for recipes and ideas and things like that. Well, what happened is this group ended up actually being exactly what we were trying not to be. And they recognized it and they said, I can't believe it, how before I would have been all about that group, and then what would have happened is that, and just like I wanted to share this, one of the girls said, she said, what usually happens to me is I'm trying to stick with specific eating styles and it becomes overwhelming. I can't keep up, and then I get frustrated and I just give up. And those were her words. That's what she had said. That's how she used to operate. And joining a group like what they did for these recipes was normal, but that's not what was going to be helpful for them in their journey. And so they came back and said, we're so grateful for this self-care community, because what we've learned here and how to really view food and our bodies and how to live a truly healthy life from the inside out, everything that we have now learned, that is completely opposite. And that over there is what used to drive me right into a guilt cycle and make me feel bad about what I'm eating and make me feel like a failure. And here, having this totally different mindset is different. These women are now more consistent in their workouts than they've been. And I love seeing that post, because so many of us, we get into bouts of exercise and then we're out of that and then we get back in exercise. And we want to help train you, get you in the habit of learning how to fall in love with exercise and how it makes your body feel. It's so different than the world's punishment of exercise as punishment for your body. These girls are getting physically stronger. They were explaining about how, because they viewed their workouts differently and actually began showing up for their workouts, now their bodies are stronger. Their kids were even noticing a difference. They had less exhaustion. They felt better. They slept better, so they had less exhaustion. And then there were old habits that they couldn't believe that they were kicking. Now, this is not a magic formula. It sounds amazing, and it is, and we're so excited about what we've discovered in this group from the women who've gone through it, and we're super excited about opening it back up for January so more women can get plugged in and really experience freedom in their health. And all of this is based around this idea of grace-based health and fitness, that it's not about you do or die, you fail or you succeed, that this is a journey that we're teaching you how to look at your health and fitness differently, and that's the goal here. And so we were just we were so excited, like couldn't believe the response and the changes that these women were experiencing, and just how God is really changing everything about their health and fitness at this point. And so I'm excited going into January. We're opening it back up. Spots are open. They are going to be limited, and so you've got to connect with us if this is something you want to do. But this is not for somebody who wants to get super ripped, who wants to, gain a ton of muscle, and somebody who wants to bulk up or compete. Or this is not the group. This is the group that is going to teach you how to live a healthy life where you feel good, where you don't experience guilt cycles, where you understand your body better than you ever have, because you're seeing it the way God designed you to see it, and you're treating it the way God designed you to treat it. That's our goal for you, and that's what we want to offer. But I wanted to share this because when one of our girls said this, trying to stick with specific eating styles is overwhelming, I can't keep up, then I get frustrated and give up. I resonate with that. Michelle resonates with that. Liz resonates with that. And we can all say, yes, we understand. I get it. I've been there so many times. And so that is exactly what we have been able to break through and come in and be able to put that behind us and move forward in freedom. And so anyways, so excited about that. Wanted to share that with you. I hope that you will consider joining the self-care community in January. I know that it has just changed lives so far, and I know that it can do the same for you, and we want to welcome you in. So let me know if you're interested, but I'm praying for you. Let me know how we can connect. If I can just encourage you in your health and fitness, I would love to do that. So thanks so much for being here on the Redefining Beauty blog, and I hope that you'll look around and hope that you'll be encouraged today. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.